Right, let's get the municipality side of the story, and I'm joined by the Buffalo City Municipality Acting HOD of Water and Sanitation, Mkhuseli Nongogo. Thank you so much, sir, for your time this morning. Perhaps maybe let's just start off with you giving us an honest assessment of the current condition of the wastewater treatment plants within Buffalo City.
Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity as Buffalo City Municipality. Just on that question, firstly, I think before I get to that, I just wanted to get to the article that you've just presented right now, which is really a picture that seems to be presenting a water quality issue that is not in existence, and also that really poses that poses emotions of the people of the area of Buffalo City unnecessarily. The article that you've just presented is actually full of inaccuracies that are not factual, and of course, and the test methods that are not based on any scientific water quality test that we conduct as Buffalo City. So I just wanted to state that from the onset that we really reject the presentation that was made by your claimed water specialist, as you've classified, that those are inaccurate and false information that was presented. But to come to your question on the wastewater issues that we have, yes, Buffalo City is experiencing quite a lot of cable theft and vandalism of wastewater infrastructure, which has affected some of the wastewater treatment plants right across our municipality. Some of them are the system that your presenter revisited in Bisho, and some of them, yes, are the Potsdam wastewater treatment plant, which we are currently upgrading. So we have these challenges. These are challenges that are across the country. It's not only in Buffalo City, and these are the challenges that we have prepared plans, and we are currently working on those plans to improve the wastewater infrastructure.
So, HOD, when you say the facts are inaccurate and not in existence, you're referring to both what Go Express had reported on, together with what our reporter Sipa Kema had actually taken as samples from those rivers and those taps to a tester, and we saw that being done live on television. Are you saying that was not fact?
Yes, thank you for the question. I think the first starting point that I need to maybe explain to you is that on that presentation that was made on your television channel, the samples that were tested there, as much as it was indicated, they were from Bisho, from East London, and also from Shoreville. They were not clearly stated where they were taken, because I think the sampling point becomes an important issue on what you're sampling the water from, and also how you sample and the container that you use. So there's a lot of scientific way of testing, water quality, and then of course present it as factual information. So that information was missing on your presentation. But also the instrument that was used is not a reliable water quality instrument that you use. The electrolyzer that your water specialist used is not really the standard way that we use to test our water quality. Buffalo City water quality complies with the South African Drinking Water Standard, which is the South African National Standard Science 241, and the results are presented in the regulator's website each month, the Department of Water and Sanitation IRIS system. So if you look at the record for the last 10 years, Buffalo City's water quality has been consistently meeting between 96 and 99% compliance, which is higher than the requirement that SANS 241 requires of 95% compliance. So the claims that our water quality is not to standard is factually incorrect. As I say, you can look at the records for the last 10 years in the Department of Water and Sanitation. Just maybe the other point that I need to highlight is there seems to be a confusion in the presentation that was made between the water treatment plants and the wastewater treatment plants. The presenter that presented on the Bishop Ponds, those are wastewater treatment plants and have not directly have anything to do with the water treatment plant. So your presentation seems to be confusing and misleading, that the Bishop ponds are what we draw water from, which is inaccurate. And there's various other inaccuracies that I can go through that were presented in that presentation. So yes, the information is that we have a challenge, but those tests that were done are not the water quality tests that we do when we do the water quality of our water.
So soon after Go Express had published their report on that article, the city had then put out a warning to residents to boil their water first. What was the reasoning behind that thinking?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. The boil water notice that we gave in December was as a result of a cable theft that occurred to our water treatment plant that we have in East London. We had vandals who dug out the cables, underground cables going to the water treatment plant. And as a result of that, while we were running the alternative generator source, after a period of 2 days, we also had challenges with our standby generator system. As a result, our disinfection system could not operate. For that reason, we sent the boil water notice as a precautionary measure, purely because we are not disinfecting to the standard that is required. So it was purely because of that incident, which was resolved after 3 days. And of course, immediately afterwards, we lifted the boil water notice. So it had nothing to do with the water quality issues. It was a precautionary measure based on the issues that we faced by the vandalism of our infrastructure to the water treatment plant.
So the municipality is meant to update the Department of Water and Sanitation's integrated regulatory information system. When last did you put your updates with regards to the wastewater treatments and the quality of the water, and what is the ratings you received with the last update?
Okay, yes, we submit regularly to the Department of Water and Sanitation for the treatment plants that are currently not vandalized, with the flow measuring and quality, effluent quality measurements that we take. For those treatment plants that we still are doing repairs and upgrades that are currently unable to measure what comes in and what comes out, we are unable for that reason to submit to the Department of Water and Sanitation. So the treatment plants that we are not submitting effluent quality for are those that we're currently still busy with upgrading, that have been vandalized, and we've prepared a clear plan to actually upgrade those wastewater treatment plants, which is estimated at R500 million. That's the amount of money that we must spend to replace what was already there in that infrastructure. So we're busy with those upgrades. This is the last financial year was the first year that we started with that plan, and we're continuing to upgrade those treatment plants. So we are unable at this stage to provide those results purely because we still are upgrading treatment plants.
And what would you say has led to that decay for that infrastructure not to be in a way that it's supposed to be? And if you're unable then to supply to the IRIS in terms of an update with regards to those treatment plants, what is the impact on the people that are drinking that water? Can you say to the people of Buffalo City that that water is safe to drink?
Yes, I think let me put a distinction on what you're stating. The wastewater treatment plants are discharging to the river. Some of the plants are discharging to Buffalo River, some Yellowwoods River and King Williamstown. And that is not the water that goes directly into the drinking water. The wastewater treatment plants that we have that are sitting on some of the dam areas that we take water from, the effluent is diverted through the tunnels away from the dam, and therefore it's not directly recharging to the Paradies Dam that we use as Buffalo City. So the Ports Dam that you mentioned earlier, effluent is directed through the tunnels away from the dam. However, yes, we have challenges currently that we are dealing with vandalism and improvement of our infrastructure. So the effluent is not directly going to drinking water team. Yeah.
All right. Bab Nongogo, thank you so much for your time.